Hey all, this is my employee retention analysis that I've done for Contemporary Analytics. My name is Charlie, and let's jump into it. Let's begin by recognizing the immense importance of retaining employees in the context of organizational success. Employee retention is not just a HR concern, but a strategic imperative. When a company or business retains top talent, they maintain not only continuity and institutional knowledge, but also foster a culture of loyalty and engagement. This, in turn, translates into higher productivity and better business outcomes. So, let's talk about the definition of employee retention. According to Google, employee retention can be defined as the ability of an organization to hold on to its employees over time. This concept encompasses various strategies and practices aimed at creating a positive and fulfilling work environment, one that meets the diverse needs and expectations of employees. Employee retention is obviously critical. Having bad retention can lead to high turnover. So, having high turnover can have severe consequences. It's not just about the direct costs associated with recruiting and training new staff, but also about the indirect costs like loss of morale, decreased productivity, and the potential erosion of company culture. High turnover can also damage an organization's reputation, making it much harder to attract top talent in the future. So, diving into the crux of my project, understanding the multitude of factors influencing employee retention is vastly critical. Each employee's decision to stay or leave is influenced by a complex interplay of various factors. This ranges, say, from compensation to benefits, work life balance, career growth opportunities, organizational culture, management practices. Really, there's several different factors that can be at play here. So to address this, I've essentially developed a predictive model using advanced statistical techniques. This model is designed to forecast the likelihood of employee retention, allowing me to identify potential risk factors and intervene proactively. It's a step towards really explaining uh, why employees are wanting to leave or why they may want to stay. So, looking at the data overview here, as you can see, this analysis is grounded in a comprehensive data set that I obtained from Kaggle. This data set is rich of a rich compilation of employee data across various dimensions. It includes extensive records from 4,652 employees, offering us to look at a substantial base to draw insights from. So, the overview of attributes, this data set encompasses a wide range of attributes, including but not limited to education, joining year, and city. These attributes offer a multifaceted view of the workforce, allowing me to explore how different factors correlate with employee retention. So the dataset compromises diverse data types, each offering unique insights. I have nominal data like city, which categorizes employees without implying any order. Integer data like age, representing quantifiable attributes. Ordinal data like education, which implies a rank or order. And binary data, representing two possible states, like in the case of the target variable leave or not. So, speaking to attribute specifics, um, specific attributes such as age, gender, experience in current domain, those attributes provide a deeper understanding of the workforce's demographic profile and their professional journey within the organization. So, talking about data preparation and analysis, leave or not, the target variable leave or not is central to my analysis. This is because the binary variable represents whether an employee has left the organization or is serving as a direct indicator of retention. And then data cleanliness and missing values. So before diving into the analysis specifically, I wanted to ensure that the data was clean. So I meticulously checked for and addressed missing values, double checking integers, ensuring integrity, as well as the reliability of the analysis that I pulled from Kaggle. So also I examined the distribution of employees across different education levels and age brackets. This analysis helped me understand if there are specific segments within the workforce that are more prone to turnover. So city distribution and employee demographics. The analysis that I was looking at extends to the geographical spread of the workforce. I looked at how employee distribution varies across different cities, offering insights into whether location plays a role in retention rates. I also analyzed gender distribution within the company. Within the company, these have different. They may have different types of gender distributions. So to explain this, I looked at different aspects of the analysis, helping to understand the diversity and inclusivity of the workplace, which are known factors for employee satisfaction. So looking at correlation insights, I utilized a correlation matrix to unravel the relationships between various attributes. For instance, the analysis revealed how joining year correlates with retention rates, suggesting different trends over time. So the relationships between attributes, understanding these interrelationships is key. So for example, I found interesting patterns when examining the relationship between attributes like, say, payment tier and age, and their impact directly on retention. These insights are invaluable in tailoring the retention strategies and what a company or business, may strategize how they want to retain employees for their business. So, for the model development approach, the analytical challenge was framed as a classification problem. The goal was to classify employees into one of two categories: likely to leave or likely to stay. This binary classification approach is suited for the nature of the target variable, leave or not. So, in selecting the appropriate models for this task, I considered several factors. I opted for the decision tree and logistic regression due to their effectiveness in handling binary classification problems, their interpretability, and their ability to handle different types of data present in the dataset. So, speaking to the model training techniques, to train these models, I employed split data and cross-validation techniques. This approach ensured that the models were tested on unseen data, providing a robust measure of their predictive power. In the decision tree model, we paid particular attention to the importance of different attributes. This helped me understand which factors are most critical in predicting employees' likelihood to leave, guiding me to focus on which retention efforts were effective or not. So for the predictive model insights, the logistic regression model yielded significant insight into this. It highlighted the relative importance of different predictors employee retention, such as the role of job satisfaction work life balance, and career growth opportunities. Looking at the predictive variables influencing employee retention, I explored which variables emerge as the most predictive for the employee retention. These insights are crucial for developing targeted strategies and interventions to enhance employee retention. So, I'll discuss the accuracy and precision of the logistic regression model. The metrics gave me confidence in the model's ability to accurately predict these retention outcomes. Similarly, I evaluated the performance of the decision tree model. I compared its accuracy, precision, and other relevant metrics to the logistic regression model, assessing its efficacy in retention prediction efforts. So, looking at the receiver operating characteristic curve is pretty much a critical tool in evaluating the performance of classification models. I compared the curve of the decision, the ROC curves of the decision tree and logistic regression models to assess the ability to distinguish between employees who will leave and those who will stay. Additionally, I employed cross validation to test the reliability of our models. This method helps in assessing how our models wanted to perform across different subsets of the data, ensuring that the findings are not just a result of random chance or overfitting to a particular set of data. So, drawing from my analysis, I've kind of discussed the specific traits and attributes that significantly influence employee retention. For instance, how factors like work environment, leadership style, and recognition programs impact an employee's decision to stay. So I'll kind of jump into how those various demographic and professional factors such as education level, gender, and city of employment affect retention. These insights helped me tailor my analysis and kind of led me to the conclusion of the retention strategies to address the needs of different employee groups effectively. So, based on the insights and performance metrics, um, I'll discuss kind of like the rationale behind choosing the decision tree model for deployment. This includes considerations like the model's interpretability, the ease of implementation, and adaptability to real-time data. I've kind of also explored how this model can be seamlessly integrated into the existing HR management system. This integration would enable continuous monitoring of retention risk factors and facilitate proactive interventions. The field of data analytics, is always ever evolving. So I emphasize, the importance of continuously improving the model with data over time. This, could include, say, integrating new attributes, considering changing workforce dynamics, and adapting to new and different retention challenges. In conclusion, I would say there were many key findings that reveal that age, duration of association with the company, and education level significantly influence employees' decisions to stay or to leave. Specifically, having a master's degree and being female positively correlates with the likelihood of leaving, while being in Pune, previously benched, joining year, and age increase, the likelihood of staying. On the contrast, having a PhD, being in New Delhi, lower payment tier, and more experience in the current domain negatively impact the likelihood of leaving. So I used the decision tree and logistic regression models for prediction, with the decision tree model showing better performance at 84.89% accuracy. These insights overall can guide hiring and retention strategies as a company or business can now make data driven decisions to improve employee retention. Thank you.